from your page too for
We
live.
are live right now. Hi, everybody. I am here with Dr. Sharnael Wolverton, and I am so excited to have her on. I've been kind of cyber stalking her, and I can't wait for her to tell you her story. Dr. Sharnael, thank you so much for being here.
I am so excited. I'm actually trying to see if is there a way I can share this on my page?
There could be, and we can wait just a second while people are jumping in. If you go to my page,
Okay.
the one with the blue check,
I am
and
now.
while we're waiting to share it on your page, everybody who is joining us right now, please let us know where in the world you're watching from and what via what stream. I've got Joseph on here on Facebook, and we're also answering any questions that you might have. And why I'm so excited to have Dr. Sharnael on here, we're going to talk about things that I love to talk about: vibration and happiness. But we're also going to talk about a lot of other things. So buckle up, Buttercup, because it's going to get interesting here. Hello from Arkansas, says Larry. Tim Cloud from Ypsilanti, Omaha, Nebraska, in the house on Facebook. Hey, Kevin Scholl from Omaha. Joseph from New York. Diane from Illinois, Michigan, Donna from Michigan. We've got Wisconsin, Lynn from Texas, Thomas from Oregon. I'm so excited. Okay, we're going to get started, and I'm so excited to have my guest, Dr. Sharnael Wolverton. And I want to let everybody hear from you. Can you tell us a little bit about your background and what it is that you love to talk about?
So I guess my favorite thing to talk about would be source code energy, God, love, and how we as amazing humans can connect to the code of I think this is, are you getting an echo?
Yeah, I do. I do a little bit.
Okay, I think it's gone now. I just want to, I was on Facebook. So,
that's probably it. Yeah, if you turn your...
I'll get it off.
No worries.
I'll
say that while you're doing that, I'll say hello. We got Patrina from Illinois, Karen from, I'm not sure.
Still echoing?
I think it's a little bit better.
Okay, are you guys hearing that? It is really.
It sounds a little echoey, but you're off of Facebook. Is it on your phone?
You want me to get earphones? It's not on my phone.
If you turn the volume down on your computer just a hair, that would be good.
Cool. Is that better?
I think so, yeah.
Okay, cool. Hey, Karen. I see some of my people here too.
Good.
It's still, like, echoing for me.
It is. Do you want to grab some? Do you have
to get my headphones? 1 second.
All right, no worries. I'll just say hi to everybody. So for those of you, I know some of you on here know who Dr. Sharnael is. So get your questions ready. We're gonna, Samuel Sneed says, yeah, I do hear the echo.
I'm going to fix that. We have the technology.
We have the technology. We do.
Is that better?
Let's see. Hello? Yeah, I don't hear the echo anymore.
Yes. Okay.
How does it sound on everybody's end? Send me thumbs up in the comment section. By the way, if you're watching this and you have a question for Dr. Sharnael, type it in the comment section, and there's a lot of them coming in, but I will try to stay on top of them. Georgetown, yes. Texas. Hey, awesome. Daddy from Naples, Florida. How are you? How is Naples? I miss it. Okay, so Dr. Sharnael, thank you so much for being here.
Yes, take 5, right?
Take 5, yes.
And also happy late birthday to Ted too. Tell him I said hey.
I will. So
awesome.
tell us a little bit about your background, and you're talking. One of the things that connected me to you is I kind of cyber stalked you, but you talk about elevating your frequency and your vibration and happiness. And I thought, this is my gal. We got to connect.
Awesome. Yeah. So my background, I grew up military. I'm an Air Force brat. So I've kind of been all over the United States and different countries all over the world, and kind of just followed my dad everywhere. And we ended up in the South. I'm usually from the northern regions and Europe, but came to Louisiana when I was in high school. And that was an interesting shift for me, and a great teacher. And got involved in, kind of like, I've always been very spiritual. Since I was 4 years old, I had a real strong connection to God, and just to helping people and or remembering. I like that word remember, because it means to stay in God, to redo again, remember, be as one with God, because God is literally in our DNA. We have this amazing technology to do all the things that God is, and we're going to go into that. But my favorite thing that I like to talk about is just how we can maybe shift some things, because we're creating all the time. And, I went through this whole ministry phase where I did conferences all over the world. And then I got really sick, end up having to, go through, not having to, but choosing to go through all the Western modalities. That wasn't working for me. Found some other things having to do with frequency. And really that was a thing. I mean, 16 weeks and I was off all of my meds. I was on 30 different medications. I got off all my meds and was just diving into this whole other arena of what frequency is. Our body is 67 megahertz on a healthy adult day. And when we start to drop, it opens us up for dis-ease in the body. And this is your frontal lobe. Behind that is your limbic system. And that limbic system defrags from 3 to 5, because we are bombarded with stimuli all day, every minute, moment to moment, especially in this cyber world that we're in now, with all the different social media platforms, TV, what have you. Is probably way more than that. But gravity, grocery lists, temperature, we're not even aware of half of the things that we're processing all the time. And so basically from 3 to 5, we're doing this defrag where it's like, yeah, she probably doesn't really need to keep this information, and we can move that out. And so that limbic system is the librarian of the body. And it basically is like, she needs to keep this. She's not going to be able to process this right now, and or let's move this out. So number one, it's really important to be sleeping from 3 to 5. That's a good one, which sometimes sleep is an issue. But the other part of that is, sometimes if it's like we're mentally not ready to let go of some things, and or it's sudden, like a sudden tragic situation that we're not ready for, then it has a little stick power to it. Or maybe it's an authoritative figure that's done something, or if it's repetitive. And of course, any of those combinations can actually cause a little more stick too. And what I mean by a little more stick is that librarian actually goes, okay, this is not a good time. We're not going to be able to process or defrag. Let me store this and here or there, or, a knee or an organ or wherever.
When you say store it in a knee, that means pain.
It means it actually, technically, and it doesn't have to be to pain right away, but it stores it and it can sit dormant. It can sit dormant for weeks, months, years, decades. But then one day when it's ready to come out and to move out, it does show a signal of usually inflammation or pain or something like that. Now, we are not necessarily taught to look at pain as an opportunity. We're taught, get rid of all the pain, don't feel the pain, numb the pain, do all the things with doctors to turn off the nerves, whatever, go in and out and get on the meds with that gives you more side effects. So if we can see pain as an opportunity for love to move out what's going on in the body, as loving ourselves so much in that moment to move it out, then I think this is going to, I know, and I've seen with thousands and thousands of patients now, that this is the key. This is a big key. And how do we move it out? First of all, don't be afraid to feel. Feeling is very important, although we're taught and programmed, don't feel, turn it off, escape, watch video games, drink, do it, eat, exercise, over-exercise, whatever. Not that exercise is bad, but too much of anything is, too much shopping, too much gambling, whatever. And so, moderation, but getting that high frequency is what really moves things out. And so I started working with different technologies, different modalities that have high frequency, and just to help get the vibration up to, number one, never be susceptible for any low energies in the first place to stick, but also when things do happen, because they do, to move it out quicker, and to work with people to help move things out and transmute things as much as possible. And, you know, some of this we're born into. We come in and we already have the DNA of grandma or grandpa or whoever, and that's in the code. And that code in our DNA can actually sit dormant until blank amount of time, or whatever timeline that it could have been on from them, or we make our own. But the good thing is most things in the DNA are environmental. They won't trigger without environmental situations. And number two, even if it does show a signal, this is changeable.
Now, let me ask you, first of all, love your little kitty cat.
I have a few. I've had 92 kittens in 3 years. I'm a foster mom. This happens to be a cat, a big cat. But yeah, we just get them for a little bit. We take care of them, love them, bottle feed them. And then once they get 2 pounds, they get spaded or neutered, and we find homes for them. So I've kept a couple, but the rest we have adopted out. But yes.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. Okay. So I want to jump back to the basics. So for people who are joining us and have no idea what you're talking about when you say raising your vibration, I want to reach those people. And also, you gave me the greatest compliment I think I've ever had. We talked a little bit this morning, and you said you cyberstalked me and looked at my social media and went, tell me what you said.
She is radiant. I got chills right now. Like, obviously you guys follow her and you know her, and she's amazing. She's extremely brilliant in the mind. And she has all these other things. She's an empath. She's a genius. She's a connector. She's very loyal. You know, there's so many things that she can, you can do a lot. You could juggle a lot, because
I do juggle a lot. Now tell us how you know that.
So, I mean, this is just something in my bloodline for sure. I came in with this. We all have the technology. 100%. Every one of you have the technology, and some people have other things that are more prominent than others. You know, I was actually, with being in the military, I was a part of some projects as a child because of that, and I was able to do some things. And so I'm kind of a gearhead as far as technology and the whole arena of healing and or connecting with others, being able to see and help in the biofield. And so when I saw your pictures, I was able to see what's going on in your field. Like, there's code in the field, and what you think about, what you talk about, and what you feel is a representation that sends out and projects into the field. But then also your signature DNA has something very specific. Each and every one of us have something that's different for us that go in the code of the biofield. And, you know, I literally saw your message, got it, and then went, you know, you have to go a step to go look at the profile. I literally, my body went back. I felt my body go back, which in body language is, you know, a big thing. But you're high vibe. That's all.
High vibe. I love that. Thank you so much. I am high vibe. We've got some people in here from New Zealand. Thank you so much for joining us. I love New Zealand. So describe, for those people who are watching and have no idea what we're talking about, frequency and vibration, how do you raise your frequency, and what are the things that you can do? One of our connectors is talking about happiness. So how does that relate to raising your vibration?
That is a biggie for sure. Laughter is literally medicine. It is literally medicine. And so, you know, what you focus on, you make room for. It's very important, you know, and everything, your will is 400,000 times stronger than your spirit. So you can put your willpower and override even even your DNA and even what like the divine would have you do, which I'm not saying you should. You should definitely follow your intuition, everyone out there. And I'm just saying we do have willpower. And so especially with what's going on in the planet right now, this is important to the utmost for us to keep our mindset and use that willpower that we've been given to connect with anything high vibration, whether it is laughter and joy and things that are positive, kittens and babies and, colors and paint and creativity. And, creativity is the opposite of depression, oppression, suppression. Expression is creativity, however that looks for you. And for us to be able to tap into expression, creativity, and to enjoy the arts or music, or creativity could be, cleaning your house for you, organizing, or, whatever your thing is.
And I have my son has a friend who loves to clean, like to take care of people's, like he really loves to do that. And what I have said for my people who are watching, I write about in my book, 4 Minutes to Happy, which, by the way, for anybody who wants an autographed copy before Christmas to get in time for Christmas, tomorrow is the cutoff. So you can email oldwestantiques@yahoo.com, oldwestantiques@yahoo.com. But what I talk about is find the thing that makes your heart sing.
Yes.
Whatever it is.
Yes.
What's your heart song?
And that goes back to, I have a book too, and I had an encounter in 2010 where these two beautiful beings came, and it's a long thing, but in the end, when they were about to jet, literally, they said, tell them they're not truly living unless they're living true. And this has become my entire message and why I'm here on the planet is your happiness is your truth. And there's an authenticity, and there's a tangible authenticity to a vibration authenticity to authenticity. I mean, when we're living true and we're being authentic and we are being in our truth, whatever that is, whether it's gardening or crocheting or golf cart riding or golfing or, whatever the thing is, that will keep your immunity. We have all these trillions of cells. And when we live a lie or we go outside of what our truth is, it suppresses our immunity and causes it's just an orchestra of problems with our physical being. And so when we can stay in our truth, whatever that is, and that means moment to moment to moment to moment. It doesn't mean what you say is a lie or what you say is true. I don't mean that kind of truth. I mean who you're with, what kind of job you have, who you're hanging out with. Are you going to go to the store today? Are you going to go at 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock? To the minute, everything that you choose, what you do in that truth, moment to moment to moment, will keep your immunity. I like the Bible just because of quantum physics. And there's a passage in there that talks about Moses says it was, with Job, it said his integrity was his protection. And that word integrity means integrated, being true, like always being where he's supposed. All these things happened to his family, and yet here he was, like staying, and nothing touched him. So yeah, he had some stuff, and we picked that stuff, but also we can create something different. And when we
go ahead. Well,
go ahead.
I was just going to ask, do you think that those of us, you mentioned being sick, and I don't know for any of you, if you shared this link and you're just catching my vibe for the first time, I've been a fitness instructor since 1980, but I got sick and almost died from toxic mold poisoning in my home that was once featured on MTV Cribs. And I ran the gamut of trying to find alternative remedies, or what they now call functional medicine, to cure myself and my family. Like 20 years ago, I was doing vitamin IVs, oxygen, and infrared sauna. Every day I'm in the infrared sauna. But do you think that those of us who have had illnesses like that, who literally got pushed into a corner physically, not only do we come out fighting, but our path in life is to help others? Yeah.
Well, we pick it. You signed up for that, just like I did. And I had a similar thing in 2009, 10. I choose to remember the date. But yeah, I went through the mold thing too, actually.
Did you?
It's interesting because I was going to bring that up to you. And then I have a couple of things later off camera. But But yes, we picked that because when we overcome the DNA of that choice, then we actually have a new authority to serve thousands, millions. And when it seems hard, understand that we're doing it for many. And so many of you are like in your version of whatever that is, whether it's health, finances, partnership, and you could just be like, oh my God, it feels like ridiculous. And it's because you, number one, carry all the children of your DNA in your body forever, but also all your partners. And so not to mention we're a collective energy, all collected by the whole earth energy. So everything that we do in our version actually adds to the collective. So it changes like a butterfly effect, everything on the collective. So everything that we do matters, literally matters.
It does, yeah.
Creates. And so, yeah, I mean, I love your journey. I haven't heard all of it. And I wasn't even 100% sure about where I was going with that, some of the stuff that I got earlier. But we have quite a few things in common.
Would you say that you're a medical intuitive? And what exactly is that?
I would say that I love high technology. I love anything frequency. I love all the modalities that are natural. As a naturopathic doctor, that's why I ended up going back to school to learn as much as I could to serve. And I rely heavily on the gifts that I have awakened in my DNA to be able to help people. I mean, I sort of found out about it accidentally, and also realized that I was kind of doing that all along, and how much better to do it for service to help people to get back their health. Because when you affect someone physically, emotionally, mentally, you're not just touching that person, you're touching their kids, their parents, like everything that's connected to that. As you know, going through the mold thing, that affected everybody.
Yeah.
And when I have patients who have, the C word or and I don't mean the new C word that's just in the last year, I'm talking about the one that's been around for a while, that affects everybody, and it affects finances, it affects time. It was a full-time job, like you said, with mold, right? To do all the, it's a lot, it's work. And we can get there and we can stay there. And then just with simple life choices, just never get back there again. We can just stay.
Well, it's a constant battle. And one of the other things that I learned is that, I've had a lot of, I wouldn't call it trauma, but on the other hand, for me, it was very traumatic, some experiences that I've had in my life. And a lot of people watching have now too, but I also feel like I needed to get that so that I could find my voice, because I was the type of person that rolled out the red carpet for everybody to take advantage of me and to walk all over me. And then inside I was like, why doesn't anybody get me? Why isn't anybody nice? But it took for me to find my voice. I say I'm a slow learner because I'm 58 and I think I figured this out just a few years ago. But the more that I have found my voice and the more that I am speaking in a kind way, but assertive,
yes,
the happier and healthier that I am.
Yes, because love looks like a lot of different things. Some people, you being true, that doesn't feel like love to somebody, unfortunately. But being honest and being true and and voicing your choice and voicing your truth, whether direct or not, I'm not saying be mean or anything else,
right.
But boundaries, that's a biggie. Right now, we are in the biggest boundary situation on the planet as a planet, but we're all going through our personal versions of boundaries right now. Yep. And if we do not stand up for our own personal version of whether it, all the different arenas and categories across the board, then we will not add to the collective and actually shift the planet. And this is a pivotal time for us right now. And you're right. You found your voice, and look at you shining and like sharing that and igniting everybody to truth. I mean, that's an activation that you carry with your show, with everything that you do. I mean, your books, all this stuff. You're activating people to remember that truth again.
And I love, we were talking earlier, and I literally, like, it gets me high, so to speak, when I can help other people. Like that's my, I don't know, calling, like to share my knowledge and information with other people. Like I don't have all the answers, but I'm happy to talk about health and healing and spirituality and wellness. And I want to switch gears just a little bit. Healthy boundaries is huge, a huge thing that I learned. But I want to switch gears a little bit because one of the reasons I cyber stalked you is about what is going on in the world in politics and the state of this world. I was talking to Dr. Jason Dean the other day, and I said, you know, it wouldn't surprise me if aliens started coming out of the sky right now. There's so much going on, and I don't want to scare anybody, but what do you think is happening?
You know, disclosure probably will happen sooner or later. They've been letting it out like bits and bits and bits for quite a while. But I mean, this is real. We're not alone. This has been going on forever. Things are not what they think they are. There's a reason why he has a space force. That is not an accident. It's important for us to have that now, not to be afraid, because there are good guys and bad guys, just like there are here on the planet, good people and bad people. And, you know, he's declassing a lot of things right now. You know, I'm really hopeful and am believing that there's going to be something that happens where he is here staying another 4 years. But God forbid, if that doesn't happen, he's going to go out disclosing a lot of things. And that could be one of them. It could be one of them. You know, they tried to make it like all funny and cute and weird, and there's something wrong with him. You know, and they even came out with Michael Carell had the Netflix series about Space Force that simultaneously just accidentally came out, like literally the same day or within the same 2 days that Trump came out with the flag and releasing it. And that's called typical Mockingbird project. Like 101 is make everything look silly and funny, and, you know, downplay it. And, but more people are talking. I don't know if you saw the article that just came out this week, where a defense minister from Israel actually came out and started talking. He's 87 years old. He's like, what the F, what do I got to lose? And he's got it out in a book, and he's talking about how they've been in contact with the Galactic Federation for decades. I mean, Eisenhower, way back to Eisenhower and Truman, this has been going on. And so a lot of these things that people maybe think are weird or whatever, I don't think that they're thinking as weird anymore. I mean, they asked this guy, why are you talking about this now? And he said, even 5 years ago, if he would have talked about it, they would have put him in hospital.
Yeah.
But now, you know, I think 2020 has been such an eye-opening vision time for us to be like, okay, what's real? What isn't real? Like, you know, and what else is going on? It's giving, you know, some people some time to sit around, to research, to think for themselves, hopefully, and to wake up. And part of that is the disclosure issue. I mean, space programs and abductions and super soldiers and all these projects that have been going on, and underground dumps, and it's a real thing.
Linda Sears, I'm looking at the comments right now, and Linda Sears says we should watch Ancient Aliens, and we've been watching that for years. But what would you say? You know, a lot of people call this phase that we're going through right now the Great Awakening, or the Great Reset. I do believe that this is a spiritual war, and President Trump has talked about it many times. What are your thoughts on that?
Oh, for sure. I mean, we're in a timeline war. We're in an information war. I mean, Looking Glass, if you're not familiar with that, that's a real thing. And, you know, I'm just hoping that Trump and the people that are working with him are going to be able to catch whatever they need to, and we can get this straight. You know, it's a lot, and it can seem a little bit daunting at times, and I can't even tell you how many times I'm like, okay, maybe this is it, and then it's like, you know. But I've just had to kind of like sit back and go, it is what it is. I'm going to keep myself in the positive.
Yep.
I'm going to continue to pray for the guy and everyone who's connected with him. I actually had an encounter, and it seems like 2010 was a big time for me, but I was told back then to start praying for him, because that he would be he was chosen as being a leader for the United States.
Well, the Simpsons predicted it.
What's that?
The Simpsons, that cartoon TV show, predicted it.
Okay, I did not know that. But
so,
but that guy's a time traveler. He's been doing a lot. He's been traveling quite a bit.
I have a book. Oh, it's right here, actually. No, that's not it. Hang on. Have you heard about the book, The Adventures of Baron Trump?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I have.
Yeah, I mean, there's two that came out in the 1900s. I mean,
here it is.
There's a lot more going on for sure.
Okay, this is the book right here.
Mm-hmm.
It is Baron Trump's Marvelous Underground Journey.
Yeah.
Have you read that, or?
I have both of them books. I've skimmed through it, and you know, it does mention Pence. It mentions Barron. Have you read it?
I'm reading it. It's like,
it is a lot.
It's a lot. It's a lot. I'm diving in. I always have like 5 books going on.
Me too.
Like I literally got
I like read a little bit here and a little bit here.
Yeah, my Bible, and I got everything going on. Yeah. So for those people who are watching and are like, these women are out there.
No.
We are. And for those people who don't understand what's going on or are aware of what's going on, my thoughts are, and I'd like to get your opinion on this, is that, like you said, like we were chosen to wake people up. And when I first found out about all of this, whether it's Q or human trafficking or the incredible effect that President Trump is having on one world government, on everything that's going on, I didn't sleep for a long time. And it was like my mind was wide open and awakened to all these possibilities. And now, as everything is unfolding, for people who are watching and don't really understand what's going on, they haven't been awakened yet. Imagine if everything that has happened this year, happened in a day or overnight. It has to happen in these steps slowly, so that the people who aren't awake can slowly go, oh, well, look at what has happened to us in 9 months, wearing masks and the government telling us how many people we can have and in our homes. It's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, and even some of the people who went through the whole 9 months aren't there yet. Whether they think it's like either crazy or they're very upset and reactionary about it or emotional about it. I mean, being a doctor, I do work with a lot of patients one-on-one remote, and suicide is up 600. The suicide hotlines are up like 600%. Divorce and abuse and child abuse and parent abuse and kids abuse and spouse abuse. I mean, alcoholism and drugs. And there's been people have the choice right now, and a lot of people are just not handling this very well. I don't even know how many suicides of personally people that I know in the last 9 months, I think, and just deaths. I mean, a lot of people are just checking out.
Yeah.
And so
it can be very overwhelming. And Kevin Scholl is asking, what is your website?
swiftfire.org. Swift as in quickly run, swiftfire.org.
I love it. If somebody can post that in the comment section, that would be great. And you've got a book or a couple of books?
I have 5 books. My 2 latest books are The Science of Miracles, which the underscore is remembering the frequency of love. And this is just literally technically how to change your biofield so you can have new outcomes, because we are designed to do things like resurrect, heal, bilocate, transport, have dreams and visions, understand, what people are thinking just by remote thoughts, to be able to communicate with people long distance, even by thought, to remote heal. There's and what, unfortunately, people can come in with this DNA that works against them, and they're not aware of it because it's kind of an unconscious, subconscious thing that's happening, like a tape going in the background, and or the programming of the planet right now, whether it's video games and music and news and our foods and the chemtrails and the GMOs and all of that. So diet is very important, as you've stated many, many times. And, what are some ways we can raise the vibration? Because if we can raise that vibration, the code in the biofield is going to change. And it's
describe biofield.
Yes, good. That's where I was going. You're just so tracking with me. It's scary. But so biofield, it's dual, bio meaning two. And we all have one. It's like 6 to 8 feet. Some people call it aura, morphic field. There's lots of different stuff. So we have our own individual, and the earth has one too, called the Schumann. They call it the Schumann resonance, or the earth field. But what's contained in this biofield is code. The code comes from, again, what you're thinking, what you're talking about, what you're feeling, and then your signature DNA. You can also have organs that have a certain signature as well. So it really matters, again, what we're thinking about, talking about, feeling, and then our DNA signature. So what happens is, it's called bio because it not only radiates out, but it magnifies, and especially the heart. The heart is the biggest magnifier. So, we can send out electric signals of, let's say, 1, 2, 3, 4, and whatever we magnetize it back in. And so you can actually mentally be thinking you're happy and everything's great, but if your DNA signature is dis-ease or low vibration of poverty, or everything bad happens to me, or all these other programs that you may have come in with, or caught on just being here, then that code goes out, and guess what? You start setting yourself up with people who put you in that situation to have things keep going wrong, and or constant poverty, or another thing breaks, or you, 1 step forward, 2 step back, or whatever, cancel, clear, all of that. And so I just like to help people to be aware of what they're thinking, feeling, talking about, and whatever's going out, because again, what you focus on, you make room for. Energy goes where energy flows. And so you only get what you are. So the book basically talks about how to raise the vibration, how to change the code, because if you can change the code, you get a new outcome. And source code is the best way to do that, is like connecting with source code.
We've traveled to Africa many times. In fact, my son, who's 30, is named after an Italian ranch owner who owned a 50,000 acre tomato ranch in Hoedspruit, South Africa. And my son's now 30. So we haven't been there in a while. But one of the things I'll never forget is life there is completely different than it is here. And if you've never traveled to another country and seeing firsthand what other people are going through, some of the workers there at this tomato ranch didn't own shoes. They wore the same clothes every single day. And I'll never forget, there was one gentleman that was he had a smile on his face all the time. And I asked our host, Dr. Rocco Joya, I said, are the workers jealous of us, Americans and foreigners coming in to visit the ranch, and we've got our fancy clothes and jewelry and our cameras and everything? Are they jealous of us? And he said, no, they feel sorry for you because you need so many things.
Wow. That's so deep. Yeah. I mean, it's true too. And I've been over there, and I've been to Haiti, and I mean, some terrible, dark places that I get it. And didn't even have a mattress to sleep on, just I've never seen ice cream or been on a playground I mean, we sponsored a child, for a couple children for 6 years out of Dominican Republic. And we go over there. We would bring them stuff, and they didn't have a mattress, and we brought him into the town. He had never been in a car in his entire life. We brought him to get ice cream, and he wouldn't eat it because he wanted to save it to bring it home to his sisters and brothers. And it was like, it's going to melt. And you're just like, no, you have to eat it now. And they weren't used to anything like that. So he ended up eating it, and it actually caused him to be a little bit sick because his body wasn't used to having
used to it. Yeah. So Gary Stuckey's watching on Facebook right now, and he asks the question, are the vibrations like a frequency set to God's ultimate peace?
Yes. Source is love. That's the highest vibration. So definitely when we can connect with who God is, which there are so many names of God, right? So there's Elohim, there's the warrior, there's El Shaddai, there's Emmanuel, God is with us, like God is peace, God is prosperity, all the Lion of Judah. So all of those things represent something else in code. And we are all of those things in our DNA too. So when we focus on it, we can actually frequency hop. And that's probably a bigger conversation another time. But if we focus on source, then that's what goes in the code. And guess what you collect? You collect prosperity, peace, things that make you feel better and happier and peaceful people and trusting people and loving situations and opportunities for prosperity. And, it's just about, again, remembering who you are and what we're doing and what we're connected to and what is literally in our DNA.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Everyone has something different that makes their heart sing. And each of us, I believe our goal in life is to find the thing that makes our heart sing and then give it away.
Yes.
Because everybody's got a different DNA, a different set of environments and health issues. And the more that we learn about ourselves, it's really, in a way, do you feel like it's a little bit selfish to be focusing on yourself? But in a way, the more you fill up your cup,
yes,
the more you can give away.
Yes. It is counter thinking, counter programming. I think people who grow up in any kind of service or ministry or religion or maybe even like police department or nurses or any kind of care for others, or moms even, it's easy to be like, oh gosh, everyone else first. And it's actually very counter to real life, because oxygen mask first, right?
Yeah.
And seek ye first the kingdom of God, and then all these things can be added unto you. So when we are true to ourselves, and like you said, filling our own cup, and not in the mean like I'm so selfish and you can't have any of my ice cream, but it's like, maybe you need to take a walk. Maybe you need that time to go outside for a minute, get some fresh air separate, or go to the gym, or do something for yourself, whether it's whatever your creativity thing is that fills your thing, sings your song, makes you happy, makes you feel alive. You have to have that in order to give back. And you said that so eloquently. I love how you framed that. That was great.
Find the thing that makes your heart sing, and you'll be happier and healthier. But for those of us who are empaths, I feel like, let me ask you this one more question, and I know you've got another podcast to get to, but for those of us who are empaths, and we can take on the negativity of others, just walking into a room, sometimes if there's too much negativity, it takes my breath away. I feel ill. So what would you recommend to people who are like that, like me, to continue to maintain boundaries and to be positive and keep your vibration up?
Well, for one big thing is the empath thing. I get that. Like, you can be a sponge or you can be a radiant sun, and mindset is really, really important. But there are things physically that we can do to support it, like shungite or anything black, tourmaline. This is a great helper for the biofield, but also there's essential oils like sage, white angelica, palo santo, things like that to not only have in your house, but to put on your body just to keep the field clear. But again, if we have the mindset, oh my God, I'm I'm an empath and something might get me, or, oh my God, that person's sick. I don't want to be around them because I might get it. They might give it to me. That's a huge program. And if we can have the mind, so think about the sun. The sun is radiant. You could throw rocks at the sun. You could yell at the sun. You could like flip the sun off, whatever. The sun's just going to shine. The clouds might get in the way. It might rain every now and then, but it ain't going nowhere. I mean, like the sun is just going to blaze. It's born to blaze. It's going to blaze. It's going to do its thing, right? Versus a sponge. The sponge could just hang out and like it's going to take on whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if we do have that gifting, but we have the mindset of I ignite the Christ and everyone I contact, or I ignite love and everyone I contact, or I ignite prosperity or wisdom or truth and everyone I contact, then you go, or I ignite all of that before I even get there. You can have that mindset and intention already that before you get there, you're already ignited everybody to be where you are or above, and have that set that you're just here to activate. Like I'm here to activate love everywhere I go. Yeah. So if that's your mindset, you really will do it because the biofield is transferable. If you don't know someone personally, you can actually go interview 5 of their friends and you'll find out what that person's about because the fields are transferable. Just like in the scriptures, who touched the hem of my garment? Or, he said, hey, you over there, you're healed, just centurion. He's like, gone. It's just by your word. You can ignite someone long distance. And so it's powerful. You do it all the time. And lots of people do it. They may not even realize that they're doing it, but you could be around someone and go, oh, she said that and I feel better. Like what the heck happened? You got activated,
I try to think and many of us have situations where whether it's for whatever reason, a family gathering, a business meeting, sometimes there are things we have to do that we don't want to do. We know we're going to be surrounded by people who push our buttons. And one of the things that I tell myself, the mantra, and I think it's really important, I'd like to get your thought on this. When I walk into a room, I think, or before I walk into the room, how can I be of service? So what I'm doing is I'm transferring like, oh my God, I didn't want to be around that person, to how can I serve? You're laughing. Yeah, Are you laughing awesome. At me?
No, I think it's great. I love it. Service is great. And, as long as we keep that sovereign service.
Yeah.
Meaning, not going back to being used and serving until we're, nothing left. And
no. Yeah.
Yeah. I think there is a huge opportunity to fall into the abuse and victim program that's on the planet. There's so many people who don't even realize they're in a program of victimization. And you know what, on a physical, if you have parasites or mold or anything like that, then that is an alive thing that's living off of you here. And that actually sets a signal into your biofield that says, go ahead, pick me, you use me, cancel clear. And so even on a physical, like to take care of our physical body and make sure there's no parasites, no mold, no fungus, whatever else that could be thriving off of us. Because if that signal goes out, you're going to start seeing people act like that towards you too. We're like, oh, she's easy, we can get her. Or,
right.
Yeah. So
the mold, I learned way too much about mold when I was healing myself, and I discovered the mold mycotoxin is very similar to the Lyme spirochete, where it can actually lay dormant in your organs, and you can have it. You can be fine. Like there are days, weeks, months, maybe even years. I feel awesome. And then there is an event, whether it's physical or emotional, that happens that's traumatic for me. Yep. And I'm like struggling to keep my head above water.
Like it triggers, right?
Yeah, it's a trigger.
Yeah. Because that limbic system will store it and go, hey, not right now. And then something will come along that feels like that, whether, some emotional thing. And you don't even maybe know, oh my God, it feels like that. But something in your body goes, oh yeah, I don't like this. And then it does trigger, it can trigger.
You have to have a positive mental attitude about, every day is a challenge, especially now. We are all faced with so many difficulties. And as you were mentioning that the suicide rates are up and people are just checking out. They're tired. They're exhausted. So before we go, I'm going to let you go because I know you have another podcast to get to, but what are some words of wisdom that you can share with people here to stay healthy and increase their vibration?
Yes, great question. So definitely nature. There's a lot of code in nature. The sun, grounding, taking off your shoes, getting in the dirt. Some of you might have snow right now. So, get out there and just like touch the snow and breathe the fresh air and, smell the trees and connect with, nature as much as possible, but also, a clean diet, juicing and eating live food, anything live that you can eat, making sure you're having supplements, making sure you're sleeping well, hanging around happy people, making sure you get that socialization where you're not thinking about all the, stuff. And if you are watching anything on social media or movies or anything on TV, make sure it's high vibe, connect, on purpose. It's to set our mind on things above, think on these things, have the mind of Christ consciousness. Why do we have to set? Because someone knew we would have to take the willpower to actually set our mind and not just by default create, because we're creating either way. You're going to create by default with whatever you're feeling, and you're going to keep getting those patterns of negativity and abuse and poverty and cancel clear, all of that. Or you're going to set your mind on source and positive things and say, every day is an opportunity. This is an opportunity. I'm living in the best day of my life. This 2020 time isn't a curse. This is the best time ever. And I was picked to be here. I picked to be here. And what are we going to do about it? What is the responsibility to be responsible to do the thing in this time, to be the agent of change and the spark of love and to ignite love? So all of those things. And then, definitely I would to just say, goodbye before I leave. If you guys want to connect, swiftfire.org is my website. I'm on all the social media stuff. I personally came from a conference background where we would go and we would do conferences, and I would actually be able to physical hug people. Hugging is so important. It's so powerful. Yeah. Lots of great chemistry when you can hug. So, but I also really truly love this kind of connection too, because there is no time and space and remote, and I see all of you. But if anything resonates, definitely connect with me, go to the website. Sometimes people will have miracles just by listening to what we're saying here. And I really felt like even before coming in here that there would be at least 48 miracles specifically in the next 2 hours. And I saw some of them, what they were. So if you are receiving any miracles or you've already experienced miracles just by listening to this, if you would just inbox me and go, hey, I'm the one, this is what happened. Please report your miracles to me and share and tag this, because you don't know who needs to hear this. That's right. And anything that she's doing, oh my God, she's high vibe. So tune in to all the things, read her book, do this stuff. I can't wait to read your book. I'm super girlfriend.
I will send you a copy.
Oh, awesome. So thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Sharnael, for being here. And everybody check out Dr. Sharnael's website at Swiftfire.
Yes.
Swiftfire.org, right?
Yes.
And you're all over social media on Instagram as well?
Yeah, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. I have a lot of different interviews. I'd like to have you on. Would you be on my show?
Of course.
Oh my God, we got to get that set up for January. Okay, awesome. But
all right, thank you again so much, and to everybody who's watching right now, thank you for participating. I see all the questions coming in, and we're going to go back and look at. Oh, I see Carol. Carol said, "Here's one of your miracles." Carol said her headache is gone.
Nice.
Isn't that awesome? Nice. So it's happening. So get the high vibration frequency going, find the thing that makes your heart sing and do it more often, and share this with others, because you're right. You'll never know who might need this.
Yes. Amen. Awesome. I agree. Awesome.
All right. Thanks again.
Have a great day.
Have a great day, everybody. I'll see you soon. Bye.
Yes. Bye-bye.